Hi, everybody. This is Jonah with another episode of Moving Women Forward Community Podcast. Today we have a special guest, but before I do the introductions with our special guest, I want to tell you a little bit what is it that the community does. So the community has a simple mission to help 100 women in 100 days move from feeling stuck to empowered by amplifying your voices through expert and strategic accountability groups, expert support, and visibility opportunities. Today, in the live, we have a special guest. It's all in the digital space, in the AI space, so everything application apps and everything else in between. So we have Marlies. She is the Gut Check app founder, focusing on empowering young adults and kids to spot red flags during their teenage or young adult years. Now, Marlies, I would leave the floor to you. Thank you for being here today. Tell us
Yeah,
a little bit more about your app. What made you start this work, this project, and what inspired you to do what you currently do? Thank you very much.
you're welcome. Hi, Jonah. Thank you so much for having me today. And hi, everyone in the community. I think this platform is quite a good platform for women. And also, the empowering messages that have been coming through are quite inspiring. So I'm glad to add to a little bit to that. As Jonah highlighted earlier, I'm a founder of an app called GotCheck. GotCheck app. The app is focused on empowering young adults and kids to spot red flags of manipulation, bullying, grooming, and all other toxic patterns, as these have been highlighted to be very connected to the alarming rate of youth mental health crisis that we're facing at the moment. So I'm a mother first and foremost. So I've got a child, and I think one of the key things that brought me onto this app is the things that I saw my daughter was searching on my laptop, which woke my awareness to the dangers that are out there and the lack of knowledge that is available for kids. So a little bit about myself. I'm ex-Royal Navy, currently based in Portsmouth, which kind of, yeah, ex-Navy living in Portsmouth. But recently I was working with Goldman Sachs, an investment bank in London, which for anyone who knows the investment sector, is kind of very busy, very high, fast-paced. And as a mother, it takes a lot to be committed to work as well as being a family person. And as such, that had given me was away quite a lot of time because my commuting and then getting back home allowed my child to be a little bit vulnerable to friends and things that are available online. And once I found that she was searching, how do you know you're being bullied on my computer? And then I called her and asked, why were you looking for that? She said, some conversations were going on. And then she wanted to know. I said, why didn't you tell me? And the question was, you're busy with work, you've got other things, and which, like any other normal parent, you could be busy, or sometimes their God will tell them, this doesn't sound right. However, other they might dismiss it because they are not too sure their own personal feelings and the environment in which they live in, or they'll ask a friend who say, oh no, you're just thinking too much. And all of those kind of things brought my awareness to there's a gap between what the kids know and then the real life what's happening. And then that got me thinking. Being a product manager in the engineering space, I've been building platforms and I said, why don't I use these skills to build something that can help kids of the certain age understand their environment, their interactions, their relationships, friends, and also the digital space, given how much of a threat it is these days. I think if we look at some of the recent reports from NSPCC, Childlight, over 300 million kids are being groomed in a year.
That's
So
alarming.
that's an alarming rate. And then there's little or much awareness from the kids themselves that this is the rate at which things are going. And I thought this could be something that would help them in a space, mobile phones, where they are very familiar with, and in a language that they would understand. So that is what led to the development of Gotcha.
It comes from the heart, it comes from your
Yes.
own experience. That's the most valuable and precious input you can give to your business and to the app that you are currently, not currently, that you have already built and it's available
Yeah.
for parents and teenagers and young adults out there. Now, Marlies, so I understand from so I've done my research. I've seen your app. Also, I've logged in. So I've seen that the app is so it's tailored for not just for parents, but it's also tailored to these young adults and teenagers. So it's very child friendly in this case.
Yes.
Definitely, it's a safe space. Uh, but I've noticed something with parents. So I'm a parent myself of teenagers, so I understand a little bit
Yeah.
what the teenagers are going through. But I've noticed that. So what is the moment? Is like we as parents, or even the children in this case, want to be kept a little bit accountable. So it helps us to be on the thing, right? On it. So take
Yeah.
the action, understand what's happening. Can you help us a little bit understand how this online um, platform will help us from users that we have 10,000 ideas into keeping us more into the actual action rather than just in the planning phase.
Okay. I think mostly there is guidance online for parents, like you highlighted, to how to help their kids, but it's not often in a language that the kids kind of relate to. And also, it being on a digital software, which is where most of the threat that they're encountering comes from. I think it makes it very close to their next step, gives them very close accessibility to where help can come from. So as a parent going onto this, it like you mentioned, it could help also the parent in terms of language, how to bridge the conversation between what's going on and how to help your kids. So the guided steps, practical, it gives you some practical language to use, like tell your friend or tell your whoever you're interacting with that, okay, this is my personal space, and I wouldn't love, say for example, if you're looking at something like maybe someone is making you feel guilty about not sharing your picture, this is my privacy. It gives you practical language on what you can do, obviously with resolving issues that are coming from relationship interactions and stuff like that. Our instincts, well, the first thing we do is to have that conversation to ensure that you keep clear boundaries. You have evidence of if there's a manipulation going on, should you wish to report it, and move forward from there. What the app does is it gives you the exact language that you could use, because sometimes you know that this is wrong, but however, what do you do now? So it kind of gives you that practical next steps, like tell, this is my private space, this is my picture, is my property, and I wouldn't want to, something along those lines, but giving you helplines as well, should you wish to speak to Childline or any other organization for expert knowledge on how to address the situation. They've provided all those services in the app that you at the click of a button that you could reach out very easily should you need further assistance. So this is where the app comes in, practical, and then also assistance at the fingertip.
It is very so it's complex in terms of there's a lot of information to digest in there, but also I understand that is so actually no, I want to understand a bit better the moment of taking actions. So you said there is input, there is guidance at the fingertip, so it also signposts you to
Yes.
different organizations. So those that are have the ability and the possibility to help you out with your concerns. But uh, young teenagers, young adults, it's always that time. Am I doing it right? Is the second guessing? Am I okay? Is it something worth for me? What about delaying something? Or I don't want to do it now. I may do it later. How can the app divert that second guessing into the direction of actually taking an action and being accountable for yourself?
The app has a feature, a motivational feature. It gives you daily reminders just to check your headspace and encouragement. If you're thinking about what I should do, whether I should make this step, it kind of, based on what you've searched, it gives you kind of reminders. Like, for example, you are not alone. Help is available. And it empowers you. Sometimes it's like they are scared. And one of the key features is this app is completely anonymous. I don't know who you are. Nobody knows. So it's like you're not scared of being recognized, say John in Portsmouth, or sometimes because the fear of saying that my friends are going to see. It's personal to you. Firstly, a private space, your personal space. And then that motivational reminders gives you the empowerment, further empowerment and encouragement to take the next step if you're thinking or if you forget by any chance. So it's like it gives you that reminder. There's help available. There's someone you can speak to, and also change boundary setting, reminders, and a lot of resources are all available. Put it into the app. Should you forget or need further encouragement to take the next step? So this is all things that we're trying to build in to help them.
This is fantastic. I like this step so much. It's one of those that pushes you through and
Yeah.
helps you take that first step towards your support or whatever it's bothering you or stressing you out. In this
Yeah.
case, if we talk about teenagers, obviously in this case. Uh, I think also I've noticed in community. Obviously, we are a community of women entrepreneurs
Yeah.
and founders, business owners in this case. But it's also the peer support. I've noticed that in our community, it's a judgment-free community. So that peer support, where you are vulnerable, where you can talk, when you can listen and supported,
Yeah.
without going into okay, you did it wrong, or you should have
Yeah.
done this way. So
Yeah.
I want to understand the app, how you integrate this part of the peer support and community guidance within the app.
Yeah. One of the things we highlight in the app, it's a non-judgmental. It's not looking at your background or your anything else about you. It has no knowledge of who you are. It's simple truth in whatever your situation. The guidance, if I ask, it will give me the same. You would ask if I ask something in relation to manipulation, say I might be going through something along those lines, it will give me guidance on manipulation. It's not looking at where you're based, who you are, because I think that's often the fear. And it's built on loads of resources from other communities that are working through manipulation and expert knowledge, reports and materials that are all published out there. So this is all building from communities of analysts, expert reports and stuff. So all the guidance, it's like making this report available digitally for your benefit without prejudice of your background, your height, color, race, anything of that sort. So it's all available to everyone without any judgment. And one of the things that we highlight in the app as it's being non-judgmental.
Amazing. So yeah, you mentioned a little keyword in there, but with such a powerful keyword is regardless of the background, of ethnicity, and everything else. So our community, as you will know, is multi-ethnic. It is from founders from different walks of life, different countries, different languages spoken at home, everything in
Yeah.
between. But yes, so I understand your platform also is very inclusive and it's open
Yes.
to everyone and without any prejudice. Sorry, just fixing my my headphones a moment. But yes, wonderful. This is such a great thing to hear that is open to everyone that is having that need to get to be in a safe space and talk
Yeah.
through. It's amazing. Uh, so, Marlies, I have a question. Again,
Yeah.
we are women-led community, so it's
Yes.
women-led, made for women, with women in mind. Now, I want to understand a little bit about female groups, so female users, so young
Yeah.
adults or teenage girls. Is that a safe space? Because it's been so much, it's so over not over discussed, but it's happening so much. Even the United Nations talked in the 16 days, the Orange 16 days, to the digital harassment basically across
Yes.
platforms. So I want to understand: has that had not an impact, but has that been one of the things you have had in mind when you built your platform?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. My daughter is I've got a daughter, so kind of my reference point in terms of how I will get this. And definitely, I've been following up reports. Women are a lot more likely to be targeted because of the vulnerability for women or younger generation than men. I think they find women more of an easier target. Not my saying, not being just by being virtue of being women. I think they think that it's easier to be targeted. So this is one of the things. This platform is across the board for everybody. However, I think it makes references. There's particular note in terms of input from women analysts, struggles that women are going through. Like I mentioned, the app is built on a lot of expert knowledge, expert analysis on terms of trends of manipulation, bullying, various methods. And one thing we keep doing is training it every day. I train the model like every day to be able to pick up the latest in terms of what's going on with bullying, tactics, manipulation, and all of that stuff. So any specific of these manipulation tactics that are targeted towards women, we will make sure that we keep it updated daily to ensure that we are aware of it, or the app is aware of it. And then if there's any issue going on with a female young adults going through anything, we are able to spot. So we're leveraging AI to be able to pick up all of this knowledge as much as we can. As you know, it's a very fast-paced war. Things are changing. Manipulation tactics are changing as we're developing efforts, but we're trying to keep the app as current as possible to make sure that any tactics that are targeted towards women is it's catered for. So, and then also I've got a female daughter. So, yeah, so I'll definitely be more conscious of that.
Wonderful. It's
Yeah,
again coming from your heart, your own experience, and
absolutely.
your own journey with your daughter and whatever you have lived so far
Yeah.
in the family and in your community as well. So Marlies, one thing that I'm a little bit I'm not concerned, but I talk to my child, I talk to my son, and then another one will be soon a teenager. But it's like, how do they keep the habit, like creating a bit of a daily practices within their application. I know it's called Gut Health. uh, so yeah, health check. Sorry. So it is about mental health load also.
Yeah.
So how do they keep that little daily habits that can support them with the mental health
Okay. Yes, like
within
you
the app?
mentioned.
So we talk
Yeah.
about the app. So yeah.
Yes. So this motivational speak that I mentioned, we make it a daily, it's a buzz, it's a message that gives you a reminder to check your app. So when it comes into your phone, it's like a text message. It comes in through like a text message buzz and say, oh, you've got a space, a reminder. It's checking your headspace, checking how you're feeling, checking what follow up in terms of what you've been searching. So it gives you that daily reminder. And just by virtue of checking your message, checking that message and reading through, it kind of gives you an opportunity to check if there's anything else going on. You can follow up with a situation that you might have been checking the outcome. If there are further developments, that gives you a reminder to go into the app, look if there's anything, and then, like, it's your private space. It's like your friend that you communicate with just to make sure that I'm good and this is not going to affect me or any relationship that I've got or the interactions that I'm experiencing. It's not something negative. So that motivation, that daily check that comes in, it's like that prompt that comes in for you to go back, check. And once you read it, it gives you more information about anything from manipulation, from cohesion, from bullying, and just makes you, it's like a prompt that, okay, I can check if there's anything else going on today. So that's one of the targets that we put it in there so that you don't forget that you've got the app. It's like, oh, I've got a buzz. Okay, let me just have a quick gut check. Anything else that's going on? And
It's like a push. So you have the
yes,
push notification or the push to move, do something and,
yeah,
talk about it if you ever feel like. So you touched on the element of notifications, of the little features of the app, also on the opportunity that you will be prompted to take an
yeah,
action. But I'm sure there is a lot of procrastination out there. This is not purely
yeah,
for teenagers or young adults. So because the app also is parent friendly and made with parents in mind, I believe that also parents are procrastinating, not because they don't care about the child or they're not looking after their well-being, but it's a sort of again, I'm gonna go back to being a bit of accountable. So I'm gonna take the action today, and I'm not gonna procrastinate any further, right?
Yeah.
So uh, how can that? What practical step can you share with us? You can mention one, two, or three practical steps that can help me as a parent and the audience.
Yeah. I think one of the things that you could practically do is engage as a parent, engage in what you want to discuss with your kid today. Have a quick check. Is it different from what you would do? Have a quick question into the app. Say, my daughter is experiencing conversation, or I want to talk to my daughter about manipulation. What are the steps what things? So you querying the app or giving an input into the app gives you guidance in terms of, and it asks you further questions. What are what's the relationship between your daughter and your friends? And do you know? So it gives you kind of awareness, things that might be different. And that gives you sort of a push like, I've not thought about this. Maybe I should ask my daughter this. Maybe. So it's like once you understand that there's a gap, there might be a gap knowledge between yourself and yourself and what you know and maybe the situation. So it kind of gives you that space like, I need to cover this space. And it's a reminder, daily reminder. And I think you could put yourself notifications, like I've got in my phone a notification, daily notification to maybe check with the app. What can I ask my daughter in terms of her experiences in school? How do I ask her if there's any conversations that needs to be happening with that she has with her friends, or has been experiencing the interactions online. So it's that daily reminder. So you could put yourself daily notifications on as well. Being a parent, once you receive your notification, you can kind of say like, I mostly put this for the evening time when it's a quiet time to relax, not busy with work and such of and other activities during the day. So you've got that space to check. So that's how I encourage any parent to do it.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much, Marlies, sharing with us this wonderful resource and wonderful app that can help, that will help, obviously not can, will help parents
Yeah.
and children and young adults, obviously, in their mental health journey and support in the space of the well-being. Marlies, so we are reaching the end of our session today, but you've been amazing. Thank you very much.
Oh,
But also want so I want to hear a little bit, or actually, no, I want the audience to know how to get in touch with you, or how to download the app, or how to access the resources, or anything that you can share with us today in terms of logistics, basically,
yes.
about the app. Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm going to drop a link of the app on your platform, on your website. So if anyone needs, and then also, my name is Malice Emba. I'll be updating it on my LinkedIn profile. And in the app, you can see our contact number, contact@gotcheck.org. So you can reach out to me there, or reach out to me personally via my LinkedIn, Malice Emba. I'm more than happy to talk through, give demos, and answer any questions. As I mentioned, this is a resource that we're building to help kids. If you've got an input, or if you've got a feature that you feel like kids would benefit from it, I'll greatly appreciate if you can drop me a note, and I'll definitely look to build it and ensure that we protect the kid. I think the most important thing about all of this is all of us want protection. We are all keen to help these kids. It's, yeah, like we say, they are our future, but if their future is all plagued with they are being targeted at this moment, what future do we have, or what future are they going to have? So our focus is that protection. And if there's anything that anyone feel like we could include in the app, by all means reach out. So on App Store, it's GotCheck app, a little light bulb moment, and then you can download the app through that. And then but happy to reach out. I'll put the link on the platform as well for anyone who wants to access it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I think there is also a 7 days trial or something like that.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So yes, you can have download and have a play with it and see how it can help you. And by all means, come back with any questions. But I'd love everyone to encourage their families and their friends to have to have a tryout. Because one of the things we notice as parents, in as much as we try as much as possible to ask everything that's going on, for some reason, there's always that one where they're like, well, I'm not going to tell my mom about this, but I think it's good that they should have something. It's like carrying your mom's voice with you without your mom being there at all times, and then just making sure that we're okay.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much, Marlisa. And thank you everybody who watched or tuned in the live today and who is going to watch the replay later on. Catch up soon with another episode. Actually, we are going to take a break over December to enjoy some downtime, family time with our loved ones. But we are back in January with more episodes of more powerful women like Marlise and everyone else who has been a guest in our show. Thank you so much and take care, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you.